Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's Paul Wilson here from the Hwanseung News. How are you doing on the 9th of August 2023? Very hot outside. May I just remind you that it is my book and on Friday the 11th. Okay, I hope you enjoy a nice hot piping hot chicken stew, which is called samgyetang, filled with the nice herbs and good things for your body. It is said that eating a nice hot food on that day, on one of the last hottest day of the year, it brings vitality and keeps your energy and your stamina up there. So I really hope you enjoy it. Be sure to place your bookings at famous samgyetang restaurants beforehand there. So yes, just a reminder, guys, this is always one take. There is no script. I prepare my articles and do my own research and provide my a little insight and opinion on these here. And why we call it the Hwanseung News Channel is because Hwanseung is part of my group, the Hwanseung Group, and we are always, Hwanseung means transfer, we're always transferring transport, transferring companies, transferring countries, transferring knowledge, ideas, assets, and insight. We're always transferring, guys. We're always Hwanseung in our lives, and that's what we call it there. Eventually, we want to get. I'm currently involved in corporate English tuition to executives and C-level up, and I eventually want to get into headhunting, the Hwanseung Headhunting Group, as part of that, and also finance and real estate. So yes, you're a witness on this channel, my journey from this humble bedroom. Okay. My path to hopefully success. Well, I know there will be success. I'm hungry for it there. So yeah, you'll see in the future there. Anyway, let's get into it here, guys. The first one here is the Korean public housing developer probed of the shoddy safety. Shoddy means unsafe. Okay, and we can see here, guys, that the government is really against this kind of illegal cartel activities there, and they have been pointed out for I guess some kind of cost saving and black money or bribery going on, and this all kind of stemmed from the catastrophic collapse of a car park in an apartment complex constructed by GS Engineering and Construction, and subsequently 300 apartments have been identified for examination that were commissioned by the LH Corporation. How do you feel about this? Perhaps you are living in Azai. How do you feel about your brand of apartment being sort of affected by this failure? It does beg the question of the track safety record of this national health housing developer. I want to bring your attention to something I just came across. You know that LH, if we write here LH here, okay, using my Hangul on the mouse, and you'll see here, guys, that I actually think it means this. Based on the previous scandals of insider trading, people of this of the LH Corporation buying land that they knew was earmarked for development in the future and ultimately making a profit. Ne tang, okay, my land, okay, my land. And so that's what I think about the LH department. Some of their sour, their rotten employees that have been there in the past, and now with this highlighted issue of shoddy construction and cartels. Ne tang, okay, it's a very greedy thing. I think in Korea, if you can identify the three things that Koreans are generally interested in. Number one is education, okay, for the next generation. Number two is budongsan, which is real estate. And number three is health. Okay, if you could have a business based on those three industries, you'd be a very, very rich person, okay, in the future there. Okay, now this next one, guys, we can see here, only 12% of severely mentally ill patients get state care. Okay, so based on these killings that have been going on, they have been identified as severely mentally ill patients. Both of the recent two, the one in Shillem and the one in Seoyeon, Bundang, were schizophrenic patients who had stopped taking their medication. And sadly, in Korea, mental health is still kind of considered as taboo. It's kind of hidden in families there, but I do know that younger generation MZ are a little bit more open to expressing and sharing their difficulties with others, especially their friends. Maybe company stress, relationship stress. There, they may be burdened by debt. Okay, after taking out the big loans in the 2021 Corona bubble to buy houses or buy stocks, and they've just been succumbing to the financial pressure of that. and these killers there, I guess maybe they thought that there was no way out. They reached rock bottom, and then if they were going to commit suicide, they might as well, go down with a spectacle and kill some other people with them if they knew they were going to get killed by police bullet. Unfortunately, guys, there's nothing really I can see if we relate it to the next headline here, that police are filling the streets with machine guns and armored vehicles, and it's leading to complaints there. So this is what Korea has become, guys. As of August 2023, we've had a recent spate of rampage killings, random rampage killings there, and now the police are patrolling major train stations and intersections with machine guns and armored vehicles, because there's no way to really prevent the killings. If someone's got nothing to lose and they're willing to die, okay, at the harm of others there, there's unfortunately, I guess you just be unlucky if you do fall victim to one of these attackers there. They're probably armed with a knife, and if it was a gun in a shopping mall, you could perhaps hear the gunshots and people would be screaming, as I touched upon yesterday with the Shinmonyeondong incident on Sunday evening, where two foreign girls were screaming about BTS Sugar's new tattoo, which led to a panic and people escaping. But if it was a knife, it's very quiet, and you wouldn't know until someone maybe saw blood, or you saw someone collapsed, and that would result in a lot of chaos to be ensued there. So this is causing some complaints with regards to traffic. It does feel like a fearful state, and unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be much more we can do. Some people are even saying that this is the tip of the iceberg. There's probably going to be more coming out, and I touched upon the Terrorless application map yesterday, where you can get live updates for that. See below in the description for another link that I'll provide again for your use, and send it to your loved ones and friends and colleagues for their own protection and awareness of what's going on. All right, okay, now this next one, guys, is we can see South Korea's IT giants into the non-face-to-face healthcare markets. All right, now for this, actually, KT, SKT, and LGU Plus, they already have been experimenting and with pilot programs in Vietnam for bidaemeon, medical treatment. Bidaemeon meaning online treatment there. And KT even took a trademark registration called KT My Care, based on chronic conditions like diabetes. I guess high blood pressure will be another one. Anything, I guess, within today's technology that can be monitored by a smartwatch or a smart device, and that information transferred in real time and also analyzed with AI, could probably revolutionize the system. Now, the only reason it hasn't taken off in one of the most populated, population-dense countries in the world with a high IT infrastructure there is because, in my opinion, it is the Medical Association. They do not want to lose their potential earnings from having online outsourced medical diagnosis and treatment for such as giving prescriptions there. Think about it. A doctor in another part of Korea could be treating patients in Korea via online and not have the same outgoings as expensive rent like in Gangnam and other expenses there related to running his practice there. So this is very, very an exciting area, and I guess as time goes on, we'll be seeing a lot more of this kind of treatment going on in Korea, okay? Online medical treatment there. Okay, now this last one, guys, is convenience stores becoming popular among foreign tourists here. I guess, the convenience stores are very nice in Korea because they're open 24 hours, and they're on every single, commercial block in Korea. The main brands being GS25, and CU and EMART24, and also 7-Eleven. They used to be Ministop, but they were taken over by 7-Eleven. And you can buy anything 24 hours here. It's so nice. Perhaps they're not as good as Japanese ones in my experience, but they are making very good progress in that. I mean, they have express delivery service if you have parcels to send. Some of them have outsourced dry cleaning services there. You can even buy, I've even heard of that, you can buy gold bars at some of the GS25 for investment. And tourists are very interested in them because they're selling the latest trendy items that they've seen on Korean dramas and K-pop kind of thing there. And the snacks and foods are very, very delicious, fresh and delicious there. You've probably seen those offers for like, buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free. And, don't forget the crowd favorite. It's got to be the alcohol, 24 hours access to alcohol, where you can get, 400 or 500 ml cans of imported beer for, now I think it's gone up to a 12,000 won. And then, 15 years ago, think about what the wine selection was at the convenience store. It was probably Australian Yellowtail and Marjuang. These days, there's a really nice wine selection at these convenience stores. And we know that Generation MZ is actually changing their tastes, adapting their tastes towards more high-quality drinks such as wine and whiskey there. There was a whiskey, what do they call it there? A rundown, whiskey open run. That's right. A whiskey open run held about 1 month ago with CU, and they were selling like Yamazaki and Hibiki, Japanese whiskeys there at a convenience store. Can you believe it? It's already limited edition, and they were selling those kind of things there. So, tell me, leave a comment in below. What do you like about Korean convenience stores? Is it the food? Is it the convenience of being 24 hours open? Is it the liquor and beverage? What appeals to you? For me, it's just it's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. For some tourists, some of them I know you can get free Wi-Fi. If you need, free Wi-Fi there, you can just go ahead and hang around a convenience store for that kind of service as well. So yeah, where I come from in New Zealand, like we don't really have that many kind of franchise convenience stores. We call them dairies back in New Zealand, which are all owner operated. But here it's all owned by the chaebol, the large family owned corporations here. So they are exercising economies of scale and able to showcase nice domestic and imported products at a reasonable price for your literal convenience. Okay, that was our headlines for today, guys. The 9th of August. I hope you're gearing up for a nice finishing of the week. And don't forget, the Maibok is on Friday, the 11th. Okay, enjoy a nice samgyetang. May I remind you that, guys, this is all one take. There is no script. This is Paul Wilson as it is, okay, and may I remind you that this is the beginning of the Hwanseung Group, okay, the empire I wish to start in Korea, based on my 15 years career here, from small beginnings. I wish to grow my private corporate English tuition service to C-level and executives of major Korean corporations. I want to branch out into headhunting, Hwanseung headhunting, and also Hwanseung Gumyong, which is finance, and also real estate as well, because that is something that all Koreans, all invested, take a keen interest in there. So yeah, that was the news for today. Okay, a little bit early today. Okay, it's very hot. I've got some work to continue in about an hour's time. Thank you for your loyal support. Those were our people today. That's Hwanseung tonight.